In the previous lectures, we started to instantiate objects. It's time to talk about the access levels. I'm on the official Java documentation and they show us a table with the access levels and the modifiers. They say the following table shows the access to members permitted by each modifier. The first data column indicates whether the class itself has access to the member defined by the access level. This is the most important part. This means when I'm going to use the modifier public in front of an attribute of a class, it will let me know from where I will be able to access this attribute. Let's jump into it. I did a new project called Access Levels, and it is available on my GitHub repository. I did a package called Service, and inside it, I coded 3 classes. The first one is User. This is our superclass. As you can see, it has only 4 attributes, and the modifiers are the same of the modifiers we can see on the table. One is public, another one is protected, the third one has no modifier, and the last one is private. I did also a Java class called Customer that extends user. This class also got 4 attributes, and like the first one, the first class, the first one is public, the second one is protected, the third one has no modifier, and the last one is private. And both of those classes got getters and setters. They are public and they are both in the package service. I did a third class called user service in which I will, inside the constructor, instantiate objects of type user and of its child, customer, to see in different cases if I have access or not with my attributes, depending on the modifier I used. All right, so we will use this user service to show in the case we are trying to access inside the same package, because user service, the class where I'm going to instantiate my objects, is in the same package as the class, the type of the class I'm trying to instantiate, all right? In other words, when I'm going to do an instance of user inside user service, as user class is in the same package as user service, I can say the modifier will act as those two classes are in the same package. I did exactly the same instances of user and customer, but this time in the main method inside the main class, which is not in the same package. All right? In this case, we will be able what's going on when I'm trying to access the attributes of an instance of an object that was instantiated on outside, of the package of the class. All right, so one more time, I have 3 classes inside the package service to show what's going on when I am inside the same package of the class I'm trying to instantiate, the object of the type of the class I'm trying to instantiate, and I'm writing the same code, but this time outside, I'm going to do my instances of objects outside the package that owns user and customer classes. All right, so let's get it on. First example we are going to see is public modifier inside the class. So I'm jumping to user service. By the way, I did some split view. You can easily do it this way. All you have to do is to do a right click on the user class you want to split, and then use open and right split. Or also, if it is already opened, you can right away do it this way on the top in the name of the class and do split right. This way it's comfortable because at the same time I'm showing you the user service class, I can see two other classes. Okay, so let's check the public user attribute. So public string country, and they say if I'm inside the same class, I should access it. So I'm doing an instance of an object of type user, and I'm trying to access country with my setter. Sorry. So as my setter is public, I have access to it, and set country. In this case, I can see I'm compiling with no problem whatsoever. This means this syntax is okay. This means set country, my setter, has access to a member of its own class. So yeah, I have access to country. The second one is to show we are having access inside the same package, okay? So I can show it this way doing user.country, because user is in the same package as user service, and I'm not using the setter which is public. I'm directly calling the attribute country. This works. This means with public modifier, I can access it immediately. And by the way, as you know, it is not a way to go, the way to go. This is absolutely not a good way to code an attribute. The right way to do it is to make it private. The only reason why I did this is to show you what's going on with public modifier. All right, so yeah, I can access it on the same package. Let's try it on the subclass. So I'm doing an instance of the child customer that extends user, as you can see. Customer, new customer. And I can, of course, access it without the setter. One more time, I can access directly with no problem. And to show I can access it from the world, so in our case, it will be a package outside. I'm in main method right now, so I'm outside the service package. I'm doing an instance of type user, and I can access it also without using the setter. So it's working. Perfect. Let's see with the protected modifier. So they say I can access from the class, from the package, from the subclass. All right. So from the class, deep code. Let's go back to user service. Deep code, I will use the setter. Okay, inside the class, no problem. They say, I believe, from the package, right? Yep. So from the sec package also, I can access it without using the setter. From the child, customer, zip code also, then I can access it from the world. Let's see, on main, zip code, there we go. It shows us we cannot access it from the world. The only way to access it is the correct way with a setter. Okay? No modifier. All right. So they say we will be able to access it only from the class and from the package. Let's jump into it. The third one with no modifier is the VIP. I can indeed access it from my class here. They say also from the package. Yeah, no problem. VIP, I can access it from the package without the setter. And in all the other cases on the child, they say this is not going to work, but in this case it's working because I'm on the same package also. So it will work surprisingly, all right? And from the world, let me check. How could we show it's not working from the subclass? There, we will see it outside. So I'm going outside from the world. Indeed, I cannot access the VIP boolean because it has no modifier, and indeed, from the world, I cannot access it. From the child also, like they showed here, they said from the subclass also, indeed, I cannot access it. All right, so let's jump to the last one. Private. Private is the most restrictive. So go back to user service. Private attribute was nationality. So I can access it from the setter, of course. Set nationality can access its own member as it is private. And by the way, it will be the only way to access it as it is private. That's what they say in the table. For sure, I'm not accessing it this way. Of course, it will not work. The third one is on the subclass. Nationality also is not working. And the word, I don't see why it would work. And indeed, it's not working on the main class and even on the child. So the private will let you access only from the getters and setters that are public. And yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. Make sure you're understanding all those 4 modifiers. So the public one, the protected one, no modifier, then the private one. But to be sincere, for a beginner, the easiest way to practice it is to tell yourself you have to make a class public all the time, obviously, because if you don't make a class public, nobody is going to access it. Private is your best choice for the attribute. It's a good way to do it. It's a good modifier convention to make all the attributes private. And your getters and setters will be public, and you will be good to go. I hope this is clear, and I will catch you in the next lecture.